Hello, welcome again. Let's talk about the majestic plural in Hebrew. Since I teach ancient languages, it's a dissertation about it. This original article is in Portuguese language. Where I live in Brazil, we speak Portuguese. That's why you can see some strange phrases here, but don't worry, I'm going to speak in a way you can understand. And I think that the artificial intelligence is translating very, very well. It's better than before, of course. And we can have a good conversation about it. Some theologians have asserted that the plural of majesty is a modern peculiarity, unrelated to ancient Hebrew. And what do you think about it? They say that it's a kind of apologetics against the Trinitarian view from Unitarian scholars, Jewish scholars. Theologians strongly motivated by theology rather than by the philology of linguistics even downplay the issue. And they say, well, the majestic plural is not well established. They say that the majestic plural assumption is an outdated explanation. For example, here in Brazil, a scholar, he said that we can read something about the majestic plural in Gesenius Hebrew grammar from the 19th century, and that it is something outdated. As if they were only the ancient and the only one to postulate the existence of majestic plural. Well, here in this article I wrote in Portuguese language, but you can see it's possible to translate it. If you go translate this page, you put it in English or English. In Portuguese, it's written Inglês. Then it is you can translate it right away. Then I listed here some grammars and their editions of even updated ones, recent editions of grammars books that refute the thesis that the majestic plural is outdated or ancient understanding. For example, Watkin O'Connor in their book, 1990 book, Introduction to Biblical Hebrew Syntax. It's from 1990, O'Connor. Well, I have this article here, and I opened it on the page 123, okay? Talking about honorific plurals, it says that Elohim is as an honorific plural, okay? Referring to the God of Israel. Elohim is a plural, but not numerical plural, but an honorific one, or as some people call it, the plural of majesty. So this grammar have other examples. It has other examples. For example, an animal called in Hebrew language behemoth, it's in plural, but it refers to only one animal, but it's a big, huge, in reality, a huge animal. And words in Hebrew, when something is so intensive or so big or something like this, it's in the plural form, not for the understanding that it's a numerical plural, but plural of intensity. In the case of Elohim, it's called honorific plural. Okay, so there is an honorific or majestic plural, or the plural of excelente in the word Elohim. Some people say, no, there is no such things because it's an outdated. No. As you can see, Watkin O'Connor, Biblical Hebrew Syntax, Book of Grammar, is not an outdated one. And we can see other people, and even the Grammar of Biblical Hebrew of 1991, Yuan and Muraoka. Okay, I can open it here now, and if you go to the page, take a look. This page 500. Okay, you can see the explanation about plurals, and thus in Hebrew one may distinguish the plurals of composition, extension, and take a look, excellence excellence or of majesty. Okay, it's a kind of an abstraction, but the plural of majesty, it's not outdated at all because this grammar is from 1991. Okay, Yuan and Muraoka. This is the grammar of Biblical Hebrew, a third reprint and a second of the second edition. Okay, let's get back. So you can see here a good explanation about it, and let's read it now, what it says about the majestic plural. If you go to the page here, you can read plural of excellency or majesty, Elohim. Okay, so in Brazil, we have some people saying that there is no such things as plural of majesty. For example, we have a scholar here in Brazil, very well respected and known scholar, and he said that in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, Bereshit bara Elohim, he said that Elohim is not majestic plural. There is no such thing. That he said that it's outdated, and that the majority of theologians today believe in there is no such plural in Hebrew. And he even goes to the point to say that it's something from the 19th century. But we can see now, as I'm showing you, that this grammar, okay, Yuan Muraoka says that Elohim is a majestic plural, and it refers to other plurals as well. For example, Aramaic Elion, and it's Elion meaning almighty, most high, yes, most high in English language. In Hebrew, Elion, but here in Aramaic is Elionim. It's a plural form. And it is translated in Daniel 7, chapter 7, verse 18, 22, and 25, in a singular form. Of course, it's a majestic plural, referring to God, the Most High. Okay? And so many other examples. For example, Adonai, we know that Kamatz Yud is a suffix in Hebrew language, attached to a noun that is plural. And of course, this word Adonai is referred to one being. Okay, for example, Adonai could be translated, it depends on the ending. It's referring to only one person, and we can find it referring to persons. For example, Adonai referring to man, but it's used in the Bible as a kind of majestic plural as well. Adonim is in the singular form in the English language, but in determination of the ending in is plural. But when you go to a text, you can see the translation to English language as singular. Adonim. God says, for example, in one text, I think it's not here the text, but you can see this article and you can understand that as the word Elohim is a majestic plural, we have several others as majestic plurals as well here. Okay. And you're going to study this. I hope you can have a good explanation about it now in an updated, not outdated book of Hebrew grammar. It's a wonderful book. But pay attention to these people. They say that there is no such majestic plural, but Geoffrey Alan Kahn, a British linguist and philologist of Semitic languages, his position is a Regius Professor of Hebrew at the University of Cambridge since 2012. And in his encyclopedic article, in the Encyclopedia of Hebrew Language and Linguistics, Volume 3, 2013, I can show you now this article, Encyclopedia of Hebrew Language. It's really a good encyclopedia, a complete one, maybe one of the best for you to read and understand better the Hebrew language in all the things you need to know about the language. If you go to this article, you can see pluralis majestatis, biblical Hebrew, and it says that we have plural majestatis, refers to the use of a plural word to refer honorifically to a single person or entity. It's called the plural of respect or honorific plural, as we saw in the first explanation in the first publication here, in the first book of Watkin O'Connor. They don't call it majestic, but they use the expression honorific plurals. Okay? And Watkin O'Connor Biblical Hebrew Syntax is from 1990. Okay? And Geoffrey Alan Kahn is speaking about majestic plural. He says that it's also called plural of respect. In the Hebrew Bible, such plural forms are most commonly used when referring to the God of Israel. And now I found the Adonim, plural of Adon, Lord. Here, Adonim, as if it was lords. But in reality, when God said Adonim Ani in Hebrew, literally in English, translated to English, it says, Lord is I am. But in English, you can see the text here. Malachi chapter 1, verse 6, it says, God saying, I am Lord, a Lord. And in reality, the best translation, I think is in the Jehovah's Witnesses translation. A great Lord, maybe something like this. I don't remember how they translated it, but in Portuguese, they translated it very well. They said in Portuguese language, eu sou grande Senhor. I am a great, or it used the adverb with the word Adon, or Lord in Portuguese language, to maximize his lordship. Okay, so it's not a plural in reality, but an honorific plural. So there is plural of majestatis. It's not outdated. Take a look, pay attention. It's a book, an encyclopedia from Geoffrey Alan Kahn. He's a British linguist, philologist of Semitic languages, Regius professor at the University of Cambridge. So why are they saying, theologians, they're saying that there is no such plural in the Bible, majestic plural? What is going on with these people? Okay, it's something that you have to pay attention. A grammar for biblical Hebrew, the grammar called the CO, a grammar for biblical Hebrew, a revised edition, it's used as the primary textbook in Hebrew courses at theological seminaries. And under Elohim, it says the noun form is plural, but the referent is singular. This is sometimes called a majestic plural. And it says, again, nouns that occur as a majestic plural, and Elohim is listed among the examples given, take a singular verb. And it cites Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Okay? So we have a lot of publications and used today. If you go to UHG web page, read the docs.io, I'm going to open it right now. You can find majestic plural as grammar and saying that Elohim is a majestic plural. And this web page is signed by a lot of scholars from different theological seminars and universities. So many are falling victim to a theological illusion or bias that usurps grammar, which is the rule. These illusions' underhanded goal is to replace the science of linguistics, which has observable philological evidence, with the traditional doctrines. That's what they are doing. Be sure to point out that some people's theological or religious views are actually invading the grammatical realm in order to perpetuate the traditional teachings. Pay attention. The Bible in Acts chapter 20, verse 30 warns us, and from among your own number men will arise. Maybe it's translated badly because the original is in Portuguese. From among you yourselves is the correct translation here, because the artificial intelligence does not translate very well. I'm sorry, but if you open your Bible in Acts chapter 20, verse 30, it says that among you yourselves will arise men speaking twisted things to draw away disciples after them. And Paul in Colossians 2, verse 8 says, see to it that no one takes you captive through, take a look, philosophy and empty deception based on human tradition and the elementary things of the world rather than on Christ. So I want to thank you for your nice attention, and I ask you please subscribe, share this video and comment. Click on like button, and of course I will be back again with the new videos for you. Some people like to be here. They like to listen my videos in Portuguese language because my native language is Portuguese. But sometimes I publish some videos in English language as well. So if you wanna listen some new information about some Bible texts, or maybe you have any doubt about the original languages, you can ask me for a video in order to clarify the subject. And if I can do it, I will do it. And I want to thank you for your nice attention. Till the next video, if God wants. See you.